Vape. No nicotine in it.
People are looking at you.
Are they? Hey y'all. Y'all see me? Hey. What's going on, everybody?
It is Friday, so I know everybody probably confused.
Sorry y'all confused. Yes, it is Friday. You know what I mean? We had to do a little schedule change. What's up, Dutch? What's up, homie? Congratulations to you and your wife, Miss
Yeah,
Malvina. Congratulations.
congrats.
Congrats. Very, very beautiful pictures, by the way. Congratulations. We waiting on some people to get on here. We're going to be talking about family acceptance, as we had told y'all last week. I know Saturday is usually, our night to come on, but with the schedule this week, we had to switch some things up, between me and my situations with my family. Shout out to my dad. I love you. My father's in the hospital, getting some things done, trying to figure out what's going on. He's in better spirits. So,
And then me and my IME commitments and finishing up some things with the NAACP. So
we got busy schedules.
this month sucks. I don't like February.
Yeah, February is
It's a
it's a
short
short month.
and a busy month.
Short month, which means you work 28 days but still got bills like it's 31. Anyway,
Look, Dutch said this is a huge topic for her.
yes. Family acceptance.
Let's share the live and give some people
Yeah,
time to
let's
tune
give some
in.
people time to tune in.
Saw people on my page saying that it was a huge topic for them.
Yeah,
And we could give angles about the topic. You could talk about your family, I could talk about mine. We could talk about the meshing of it, and then we could talk about how it affects the relationship.
yeah, and yeah, we definitely can. We're gonna get into all of that. We also want to hear some of y'all stories too. Um, you know, um, I could just tell y'all one thing. When I came, as we're waiting on people to chime in, one thing for me, when I came out the closet, I don't know about nobody else, but I felt so much better. I felt like a big weight of me just came off. I felt lighter. You know what I'm saying? Just saying, hey, I'm gay. I'm a lesbian. When I came out of that closet and wasn't trying to live one way, knowing I'm this way, or trying to make my family happy, you know what I'm saying, and do it the way they say do it instead of living my life for me. You know what I'm saying? And not being scared. I mean, it just felt good. And we're going to get into all of that because, I came out during a time.
Give them a year. It was like 1962.
Yo, you funny. Yo, she always cracking jokes, man. It wasn't 1962. Yo, she's wild. I came out in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? In the 80s, I was a teenager trying not to tell my age, but everybody know I'm be 50 this year. But you funny, 1962?
Yeah.
That was even probably a harder time for those who were, in life. Back then we called it in life. Y'all, anybody remember
Yeah,
that
I
term?
remember that in the life.
Yeah, I'm in the life. What's that? You know what I mean? Yeah, in the life. So, let me get on here so I can share it to a couple
Yeah,
places.
share the live.
Yeah, if you on here, share the live, especially our YouTubers. If you could share the live, please, that would be great.
Yeah, that way other people could chime in and talk about this topic and share your experience
Yeah.
with family acceptance. I don't know. Is this a touchy topic for you?
No, it's not a touchy topic for me now. I mean, back then, yeah, but not now. Nah, it's not touchy at all. I appreciate those who have shared the topic.
Okay.
Share the YouTube link, Queen.
I am sharing.
I actually shared the actual link.
Yeah, I shared it.
Okay. I'm looking for where else is that. There we go. All right. So I've shared it onto my page. Let me go to Smack the Indie Plug and share it there too. I'm sorry.
Yeah, share it. Okay, so if you're just joining us, tonight's topic is family acceptance. Being in the LGBTQ plus community, we experience so many different things, and I think the most occurrences of discrimination and bias come from the family
Mm-hmm.
mostly for most people, and then some people are fortunate enough to not have to deal with it. Tonight we're going to share our experiences and how it works when you try to mesh it all together into a relationship, being that way. It's already in there.
Oh, okay.
All right, so I think you should go first.
Okay. I've always known that I was attracted to females. Didn't understand it. I was young. You know what I'm saying? And when I was younger, I was always wanting to spend the night or having my little girlfriends come over and spend the night at my house or whatever. And we used to play house and all that. I was always the daddy.
Ooh,
You know what I'm saying? I was always the daddy.
that is so crazy.
Yeah.
So when you was a young girl, you was thinking about sex as a young girl instead of
What?
just
I wasn't. Hold
playing
on.
with
Just cause
dolls
I
and
said,
stuff?
hold on. Just cause. Why, if I was always the daddy, why does that always go to sex? We weren't talking about no sex. Just, I had all these dolls, had all this kitchen stuff. I was spoiled as a kid when my parents were together. Us as kids had everything we wanted. I had dolls, doll houses, kitchenettes. I had everything that you would want in a house.
Okay.
So when we played house, she was the mom, I was the dad, and the dolls were the kids. When nobody think about no dad, I ain't know nothing about no sex.
Okay. 'Cause
Oh Lord, look where her mind
the
at,
way
y'all.
you said it, I'm like, whoa.
So I always knew that I was attracted to females, to girls. You know what I'm saying? Something I just always kept to myself. Not during that time when I was young that I can remember that I was humping on no girls. I don't remember none of that. I just remember playing house. I was always the dad, and it was always my rules. I was the boss. You know what I'm saying? Only what I see before me growing up in my setting, my dad took care of everything. You know what I mean? The cutting of the grass, all that kind of stuff. So that's how we emulated. I had buggies and we be walking outside with the kids. I be acting like I'm cutting the grass. We did it all. So that's me growing up to show you where my attraction came from. It's not something that I share with my family at the time. I never liked wearing dresses. I hated them. I got pictures where you see my mouth poked out in a dress. I never liked wearing dresses. And I was daddy's girl. I'd rather go hang with my dad and do stuff with him out in the yard to his sport games. I was just under my dad being a tomboy.
Okay.
And I never wanted to do my grandmother, my mom always tried to get me in the debutante balls. That stuff wasn't me.
So
You
how
know?
did, so with you being like that, what did your mom and your dad feel? Since we talk about family acceptance.
I mean, I guess they didn't really feel anything. I was just daddy's girl. I looked like him. My dad, when he went to go play card games to put me to sleep, I was daddy's girl. I was always with my dad. Me and my brother, that's just how it was. Or my brother was with his godparents. I never wanted to be in the kitchen learning how to cook. Even when my parents separated, I just didn't want to. My mom would have me in there, but it just didn't stick with me to learn the different things about cooking. I was more interested in watching sports. I was a tomboy.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? And my mom, she was the one buying my clothes, so I had to wear what she had.
You had like ponytails.
I ain't had no ponytails, cornrows. I had braids. I had braids. So, when my parents separated, we stayed with my mom, go to our dad's on the weekend, and whatever my mom bought is what we wore. Okay. So as I became more independent growing up, and I got a job, my mom was like, since you got a job, you buy your own clothes. She didn't like my choice of clothes because everything was all sneakers.
So
and athletic gear. I was a slim pickings, honey. I played sports for all seasons of high school. I played an instrument too. So, being a drum major, I had to wear a skirt. That was the dress code. I had to wear a skirt. I hated it. But I wore, either sweatpants or shorts underneath of it. But I had the skirt on.
Okay. And when did it get different?
It got different because I noticed I'm living in a secret. I got crushes on friends, and it just became different. Like I hit it well because I wasn't just out there, hey, I'm gay. And it wasn't until I started my first job, my manager was gay, and that's who turned me out.
Wait.
My manager at my first job.
What?
Yeah, I can say it now. Yeah.
Oh my God.
My manager at my first job turned me out. And, it was one of my brother's friends, female. Yeah,
so
they were around the same. No, my mom didn't know. She just know that. Why are you getting home so late from work all the time? And and I was like, because on the weekends when you could work as late as you want back then, even though you were a minor, the laws were different in Maryland, and so, yeah, I got turned out. And now it wasn't all the way.
What?
Yeah, it wasn't all the way. It was like kissing and, rubbing on the breast
So
and
y'all
stuff
just
like
like
that.
dry humping and stuff?
Nah, it wasn't no dry humping. It started there with like kissing and just rubbing on me. And then I got to rub on her. You know what I mean?
Wow.
But I knew, I would always sneak and watch different videos that I got myself or from friends. I used to watch porn videos when my mom wasn't at home, and some of it was women on women. So I kind of knew certain things that you needed to do. And then, my mom just noticed I was hanging with my manager a lot. So I kept that under the wraps for like 2 years. And then I met someone that I thought, was older, could show me the ropes. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so
And I was trying to be grown.
you were just hiding this from. I'm trying to. Okay, so where
at
does your
first-
family play into this?
I'm going to tell you. So with my job when I was 17, I thought I was grown and I could just do what I wanted during the summer. And I told my mom, she was talking about something about boys, trying to accuse me of boys. I can't remember. It's just crazy. And was accusing me something to do with boys out here being hot in the butt. These boys ain't, trying to educate me about boys. You know what I'm saying? Because I used to hang with my homegirl, Sonya. Sonya was into boys, but Sonya knew about me. She knew I was looking at girls. So I would always hang with Sonya. So when my mom was like accusing me, I was like, nah, Mom, I like girls. I'm gay. She said, I didn't raise you like that. And she just snapped.
Like,
But the way
oh
it
my
came
God.
out was in a self-defense. You know what I'm saying? And my mom was like, I ain't raised you like that. We didn't raise you like that. What you mean? You like girls? I was like, yeah, mom, liked them for a long time. And she was confused. And the reason she was kind of confused is because of what happened at 16. My son.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I just wasn't
So
trying to say
she
that.
was confused. And my mom, she just like, I ain't raised you like that. You can pack your and get out. And I'm about to go to college.
So how old were you?
I was like 17 when I came out and told my mom. And she called my dad. And my dad, I got on the phone with him. My dad was like, look, baby, I don't give a damn what you are. This is his exact words. If you like girls, you can like girls. I still love you, and you're still my daughter. Still my only daughter. I love you. That's all I needed to hear. My mom, on the other hand, mothers always take it the hardest.
Don't say always. It's
Not
every mom.
not every
Say
mom,
your
but
mom.
I know in situations that I've heard of other people that I've helped, work through their coming out process. Out of the many that I've helped, it's always been the mom when it's females. When it's guys, it's the dads. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
But with my mom, my mother and I, we didn't talk for a while. It wasn't
What's a while? Was
like
it years?
yeah.
Wow.
It wasn't the relationship that I was used to. And I felt good because I came out the closet. Everybody knew. My brothers knew. And my older brother, he just didn't deal with it. You know what I'm saying? He was like, he thought it was a phase and I'd get over it. My younger brother, he was like, okay. He's just like, okay.
Look
You
what
still
Dutch
my.
said. Dutch agree with you. Said most black moms flip the fuck out.
That is true. That is true. That is so true. And so, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't know if anybody remembers The Real World.
Yeah,
MTV.
I remember that.
Do y'all remember when the gay guy was on there and he died from AIDS? My mother watched all that. And I really feel like that show, that's when you're more of your what do you call them? Those type of sitcoms were coming out, and it was real stories. And how his family wasn't there at first, but then they came around, and then you hear the testimony of the mother. I know my son chose this life, but he's still my son. And then all his gay friends. And I think that's what did it, because when my mom called me, and it was it was very heartfelt. There was a lot of crying. And she apologized to me. And she said, you are still my daughter. I love you. I'm sorry that that right there when she said, I'm sorry that I haven't been there and I wasn't there for you to tell your story. She said, all I could tell you is I love you. No, I don't like it, but I have to accept you for who you are so you can be happy.
See, that part would have bothered me, that I don't like it.
My mother ain't got to like it, but she respect it.
See, for me, I'm
Nobody's
saying
going to like it if they don't understand it, but it took time for my mother to get to where she is now.
That's you. I'm just saying, for me, I'm just a bit different.
Yeah.
But how was it, like, how did you even survive? Was it hard to cope emotionally not having your mother in your life?
There was times I felt like I needed my mom and I couldn't call her. This, it's a part of growing. I had my dad I could call and talk to, but I got two friends, Bonnie and Tracy, who became like my gay mom and dad. They taught me about Yep, it was the start of reality TV.
Patrice said her mom was cool when she came out.
Hmm. Yeah, I came out in the 80s, so I don't know. My mother, being the you know family that they are, you know, the woman that she is, they kind of,
What
wasn't.
was it? Religion? What was it that
It was
made her?
religion. Yeah, religion was a part of it, and just we I I come from a family of educators, like professional people, and I didn't I like I told mom, I said there's a lot of professional people that are gay. What do you talk about? You know what I'm saying? Like everything that my mom came at me with, I had something to come back. I can't remember it all because it was so long ago, but it was hard, and I think the hardest part was my grandmother who gave me a whole sermon. Lord God bless her soul. Vonda, I love you. I don't understand this. I don't know if this is to get back at us.
To get back
And
at
I was like, to
them.
get back. I said, Grandma, I always liked girls since I was a little girl. She said, really? Why didn't you ever tell us so we could get you some help? Get some help for what? I enjoy the way I am, Grandma.
Well, you gotta realize during your grandmother's time, being gay was, well, LGBTQ. That was a mental disorder. It was like
Yeah, don't, yeah,
documented,
yeah, yeah.
and you actually go to jail and all that stuff. So she
Yeah.
thought you was.
And my mom, she, you know, like the women of my family who found out, my mom and my grandma felt like they failed.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? And then especially what happened to me like in between 15 and 16, trying to live the life that they wanted. And I ended up, having a boyfriend, trying to make them happy, and then I get pregnant. You know what I'm saying? And all of that. So they felt like it was get back. Nah, I ain't really want to be with no boy. I did that to make y'all happy. You know what I'm saying? But this is who I am, and I feel so good. So I think like my younger brother once told me like, "Yo, sis, I don't mean no harm, but you're easy to deal with now, and like you're happy." You
mm.
know what I'm saying? That's what my younger brother felt like. He felt like I was more happier, and my older brother said that too, but he really thought it was a phase. And he was like, "Yo, we ain't, we don't do all that, man. We weren't raised, My brother was very hard, Howard, but at the end of the day, I had a talk with him. I said, all I want y'all to do, I'm still that same sister. Love me the same way. Don't look at me differently. This is my life to live, just like you got your life to live. And it was my brothers who took that time to listen to me. And at the time when I came out to my mom, she didn't want to listen. It was, how she felt. It wasn't about how I felt. So it
Right.
wasn't until 2 years later she was ready to listen, you
Mm.
know, to listen.
Look, Dutch said, "God bless y'all coming out in the '80s."
Yeah,
Sheesh.
yeah, I came out. Patrice said she came out in '85. Okay. Yeah, and I lived in Maryland and it was just different. Like when I got my gay mom and dad who gave me a place to stay. I stayed with them for about a year until I got my own place. And they taught me a lot about the gay lifestyle, things I didn't know, and just education. You know,
Mm.
it was just really, really, you know, when I came out, like 2 to 3 years was rough, family wise.
Okay.
And I remember because I knew my dad accepted me, went to a family reunion, brought I was always known when I come to the family reunion, I'm always bringing girls. You know what I'm saying? Like my friends. But some of them, one of them would be somebody I'm talking to, but they bring in their friends. So it's free food. We can really have a good time. Come see how we do it in the country. You know what I'm saying? So this one year, Now this is after I done told my dad about me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, you do your story so we could get into mine.
We're going to get in. I want to tell you about this family acceptance. This is how the rest of the family, the Smack family, found out about your girl. We had a family reunion, and one of my dad's friends said something kind of derogatory. And I stood up for myself. I said, yo, man, as long as my dad is okay with it, who gives a fuck what you feel? My dad is okay with it, who's throwing this event. And yeah, that's my girl. Stay up out of her face. They took offense, like I stood my ground. Nobody knew that I was like that. So only my dad knew. I think out of everybody there, my brother was there. My brother was like, oh, Lord, do you know he's a Mason? I don't care.
Oh my
I don't
God.
care that he's a Mason. You're not going to come at me about that ain't right and talking about church and you standing up here with a beer in your hand. Come on, man. And I'm just seeing you hit a couple things of moonshine. Come on, bro. But, you know, yes, to just live.
Dutch said,
I am
saying
so-
my grandma feels guilty, but my mom looks at me with disgust and don't talk to me at all. I got married with not one family member around. Oh, well.
Hey, and you know what? Even though you may not have not one family around, they looking at them damn pictures online and seeing how happy you are.
And they feel like
that
crap.
freaking glow, because they feel like crap because they ain't helped bring that glow. The woman that's been by your side all these years brought that glow. That's what that is. They upset because they not the ones that brought that glow. That glow they ain't seen in a while. The way you was sharp, come on, man.
Yeah, y'all look very happy.
Yeah, that glow, man. Just to see the two of y'all happy. And that's what life is about, man. Just live. It don't matter who with it and who not.
Yeah, well.
It don't. Because
I
once
wanna-
you lift it off and you let them know, you should have felt so much better. It's their choice not to listen to you.
You know what? Just to get into a little bit about my story, I had a different experience. Whereas your family was more or less religious and believed that.
They ain't raised you like that.
My family was more so open centered. They did, attend church. They were Christians. But they always watched the children in the family, and they kind of knew who was going to be what. Like my experience, I was a tomboy like you. I always liked my hair short. Even though they grew along, I would cut it short. I would go in the mirror. I would cut my hair off. Sometimes I would shave my eyebrows. I used to do weird stuff. I wanted to play with trucks, cars, climb trees, race with boys, but I never really looked at them like that. It just really didn't matter to me. My grandfather grew up with my grandparents. My grandfather used to always say, well, if you're going to be like them, then I had to teach you things to be able to take care of yourself. And I used to follow him everywhere, just like you followed your father.
Yep.
He was my idol. And I remember one day I had to be like around 12 or 13. And my grandmother was like, oh my gosh, she about to get to that age. And my grandfather started laughing. She was like, oh, the boys is about to come. My grandfather bust out laughing and was like, she is not one of them kind of girls.
That's what your grandfather
Yeah,
said?
he was like, she's not
I
one of
remember
them
you
kind
telling
of
me this
girls.
story. Yeah. He said she's not one of those kind of girls.
And my grandmother said, well, be quiet because we don't know what she's going to be.
Yeah.
So I had one of those kind of families. So I did eventually, grow up. Now, I think I was more harder on myself. Like, my family was open, but I was hard on me because I felt like I had a responsibility and duty to my family, my grandmother, to procreate.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, man, they done raised me. They want great grandchildren. They want to see this piece
Mm-hmm.
because my brother, I only had a brother, and we didn't think that he was going to do too much of family living. So I went ahead and got married, had the family or whatever. My grandmother was excited. Like, okay, see, she's having a family. And my grandfather, one day I came over, he looked at me. He was like, I don't know why you doing that shit. Cause one day, that man gonna whoop your ass when he find out what's really going on.
That's
with
what
you.
he said.
Yeah. He's gonna end up whooping your ass.
Oh wow.
Cause you just as much man as him, and man don't want that.
No. So hold on, I got a question. This is you. This is the real you right here, right? You
Yeah.
ain't really no damn stud, is you? 'Cause
No.
this ain't gonna work 4 years in. I'm messing, y'all. I'm messing.
That man gonna whoop your ass.
I'm messing
And
with
I'm like, oh, this man is funny.
you.
But I did, during the course of life, I've had other women approach me, like studs.
Mm-hmm.
And because I was like on this journey of appeasing people that didn't even care, no one gave a shit. Only person that was doing this journey was me. I had a stud try to get with me when I was in Edison Job Corps. I almost like stabbed the eye out because
She was trying to holler at you.
she locked me in a room.
She trying to get them
She
goodies.
locked me in a room. Was
She
like,
seen all that ass in the tits.
oh. She was like, oh man, I got you alone. And I'm at the snack machine. I'm like, what you want, a bag of chips or something? You need to borrow some money? No, I really want to talk to you because, I'm interested.
She seen all what you was. How was
And
you-
I'm looking
Hold
at
on,
her
hold on,
like, wait a
hold
minute,
on.
hold on.
Hold on, y'all. Pause, cause I haven't heard this story yet. What did you have on? How was you dressing
I
back
had
then?
on jeans and a t-shirt.
Was your t-shirt cut small and
No,
showed your
it
physique?
was a regular t-shirt. I dressed like a boy. Jeans, the baggy jeans, and a t-shirt.
Oh, so another
With
stud was
matching
checking you out.
sneakers. And she was locked me in the snack room, and I'm thinking she wants snacks too. And
She wanted your
yeah,
snack.
she was like, "This is the only way I could talk to you." And I'm like, "Well, wait a minute, hold
screaming.
on, what?"
She wanted your snacks. Them
And
cream
she
puffs.
was like, you like me. I don't know why you just won't come out and say it. I'm like, well, hold on, sweetheart. We gotta. Nah.
She wanted your oatmeal cream
I
pie.
was like, look, you got the wrong number. We gotta get up out of here.
She wanted them oatmeal cream pies, baby. She said, "Let me get some of that honey bun. Let me get some."
Shut up. So either way, it was not until like maybe two children later, two children later in a whole nother state.
Hold on, cause I know you. Did you beat the girl up?
No,
Okay.
I didn't beat her up, but my family member, which was a Job Corps, he stepped to her and told her, you want to be a man today. Now you're a man. I'm like, nah, don't do that. That ain't right.
Yeah, that ain't cool.
That ain't cool. He was like, she don't put you on a spot like that. If that's not something you with right now. I'm like, right now? What the hell is going on? So either way, after I had my two children and, my first husband passed away, bless his soul, I moved to North Carolina and I started going to gay bars
How was
or
that?
whatever. I had a great time. I especially love the drag performers. I'm like, yo, when I seen my very first drag performer there, she was so beautiful that I'm looking like, there's no way I want to look like that. I don't want to. I don't aspire.
Well,
No, seriously.
you didn't have the education yet.
I'm saying when
Was it a drag king or
it was
a queen?
a drag queen. And when
Okay.
I saw the imagery, I realized that I myself, that's not an inspiration for me. I don't aspire to be the image of the most beautiful woman. I don't aspire to be the best housewife. I don't aspire to be those things. I always saw myself as a businesswoman, as a woman, you know, sports cars, riding around with my wig blown or whatever, short haircut, whatever
Yeah,
at the time.
we're gonna get that
I
sports
I never
car.
envisioned myself. I'm not the girly girl. I'm not the one where I break the nail and I'm screaming and hollering. I'm not
You're not.
that. No, I don't be sitting up there crying
Nah,
and
you don't. Nah,
hollering
you ain't crying and hollering, but you going to get them done.
and I'm just not that person.
Right.
So I was like, maybe it's something to this. And then, one day I was in the mall by myself, and then a lady walked up to me,
Mm-hmm.
a femme, walked up to me in the mall, and she was like, "Excuse me," and I'm like, yeah."
How would you dress? Still with your baggy jeans?
I
and
had
shit?
on jeans, sneakers, and a t-shirt.
So when you start going to, all right,
Hold
finish
on,
your
let me
story
finish.
because I got
So
questions.
okay, so then she said to
Find
me,
out I'm
"Excuse
dating.
me."
I'm in love with a stud. Let me
Shut
find
up.
the fuck out.
No, she walked up to me and she was like, "Excuse me, I'm really." She's
Attracted.
like, I'm really attracted to you, and I hope I'm not offending you. And I'm like, "No, you're not offending me. Let's." And I said, "Let's go sit down somewhere." We sat down and we talked
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. We had a nice conversation. We started calling each other back and forth, and then I'm realizing, okay, it's something to this.
Finish the story.
Yeah, I'm like, it's something to this. It's
Did you try it?
no, we only kissed, but it was something
Well,
to it.
okay.
And then I got busted by somebody I was dating, and they made me feel bad about that moment, even though it was a moment for me that was a transitional phase.
Yeah, but what about the family?
Now, my family, my stepfather, I was living by my stepfather. He was highly religious and didn't believe in that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But
So when?
so when I did finally come, because it was like me having different moments with different people. When I finally came out, it was here in Delaware. And it was with you. And, when I finally said, okay, it's time to come out and it's time to have these conversations. And when I told
Wow,
my
okay.
mother, I said, look, Mom, you know what? I think I'm this. I think I'm in this community. My mother was like,
And
she was like, okay, so what are we doing for the holiday?
her mom
My
is so
mom-
cool, y'all.
So what's crazy is
Cool.
right when they start trying to tell when it starts circulating around the family, they're like, damn, it took her a long ass time. Like, what? We
Yo.
knew you was different, like forever. So I told my best friend, she was like, so you finally coming out now, huh? Everybody's like, you finally coming out.
Yo.
Like, you act
Wow.
like you had a real secret.
Here you are thinking, because you probably done heard so many coming out, knowing you, because you research everything. You probably looked on YouTube and heard other people's stories about them coming out. And you were probably
No.
research. She does a lot of
No,
research,
I thought,
y'all.
I know it wasn't even about research. It was about me feeling like, and I told you in the beginning of the story, I felt my life was obligated. I felt obligated to do the right thing by my grandparents, but they was trying to tell me to get me to do the right thing by me, and my family is just waiting around to like, yo, when is she just gonna do her?
Yeah.
And so now everybody's happy. It's like, okay, yo, we got a gay
you
cousin.
living-
Let's have a party.
Yo.
Like in my family, to be LGBTQ, they want to have a party. Oh man,
Yo.
where the friends at? Where everybody at?
Let me
Even
tell
the
y'all,
men.
I gotta tell them. Yo, when I first went down to meet her family, like I ain't gonna lie, y'all. The ride I was okay, but the closer and closer we got, oh my God, like I'd already met her mom. So mom was cool, open arms, cool lady. Yo,
No, but she's the community mom. Like when she came up here, she tried to take over my gay friends.
oh
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
why do you want
Mom,
to take over my friends? They my
yeah,
friends.
everybody calls her mom, and I ain't gonna lie. I be like, y'all can't call. I call her mom. That's my girl's mom. That but this is the person she is. Like she's very loving, and she listens. Like it's just amazing. Everybody calls her mom. So I remember when I went down to meet the rest of Pierce's family. I didn't gonna lie to you. I was nervous to meet her brother for the first time.
They didn't even care. They was
You
like,
know
"What's
what?
up, Smack?"
Yeah, yo, the daps, everything, man. I ain't gonna lie, yo. And then when I went down to meet her family, yo, I was so scared. I was up under her like a little kid. Then when she took off to go speak to other family members, I just went to her brother and hung out with him and joined in the conversation with the other family. And everybody was like, yo. So how's it? They was asking me questions. I was like, she all right. I ain't got no problems. Oh, you don't know she ran like we do. They calling her different names and shit, And only reason I knew that is from her mother calls her by her nickname. So I was
That's
like,
my middle name.
well, her middle name. I know, I'm trying to put your whole
I don't care.
So I was just like, man, they cool as shit. So when we went over to meet your other cousin, I ain't gonna lie, I was scared as shit because you were telling me about him and how he is. Yo, coolest one out of the bunch, yo. We said he was trying to share his blunt. Nah, I don't do that, bro. It's just cool, man. Like, and your family accepted me, and that made me feel good.
They don't care about any of that.
Yeah, but I gotta say this, out of all the relationships I've been in, my brother, my older brother, he don't call no. You the first person, my sister-in-law. How my sister-in-law doing? Like even my younger brother, they stay on me. Like yo, everything good at home, right? Like this the best relationship that we've ever seen you in. Like you're happy, and she's there for you, and And then my mom.
Oh no.
My mom, she like she just cool. She cool with you. She like you. I've never brought anyone home that people are happy with.
You sure about that?
I'm positive.
Well, see the difference in like coming out is not my experience was I think at some point with family
And then grandma, hold on.
acceptance- Oh, your grandmother.
My grandmother. Everybody else was the girl. My grandmother has Alzheimer's and she had Alzheimer's and beginner. I mean, she had dementia and beginner Alzheimer's. And where that girl at? It's just the way she said it. But if you could
She
see,
called me the little girl.
she's called her the little girl. Where my little girl at? She called her the little girl. And if you could see the pictures of the two of them, and y'all noticed in the beginning, I was telling you, like, my grandmother didn't want me bringing it around her. She loves some pears. There was times we was laying in the bed where she pop in,
She'd come in and
come
sit
in
next to
and
me.
sit next to her. But you and I laying in the bed. She didn't care. She
would
wanted
eat
to be
breakfast with
eat
me.
breakfast, take her by the hand, come on. I'm like, what about me? Just different.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think okay with the family acceptance part. I think it's all like I think everybody has some type of deal that goes on. Like for me, I was beating myself up. For you, your family was beating you up.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing I can
But they
say,
came around.
your family came around. But for my family, I think that the reason why they were so accepting is because if you ever met me in person or met anybody in my family, we are very strong-willed people.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of getting into this tug of war with one another,
Mm-hmm.
we just accept who we are, because we have this I don't give a F button
Right.
where we don't care.
Right.
So say if my mom was to try to behave like yours, I didn't raise you like that. I have this space in me where I can walk away. And I wouldn't feel any kind of way because we were raised to be who we are and be proud of it, and to hell with everybody else.
And that's how my dad was.
And everybody has to deal with it or they don't have to.
And that's how my dad was. And then my mom is like that now. You know, like now my mom was like, yo, I just want you to be happy. You know, and you know, coming through the years, you know, different relationships, I've called my mom to get advice, and she would tell me how she felt. You know what I'm saying? And she was just like, Vonda, nah.
But then there's certain things about your family. Now let's talk about the difficult parts, because we have such two different family dynamics. When I first met you, I used to get upset. Like when your brother was like, you know what, y'all come around, but I don't want y'all to do anything in front of me. To me, that was offensive
Yeah.
because here it is. I am who I am. You are who you are. If he's around his girlfriend and he hug her or whatever or do whatever, I have to deal with that. So you have, but the way
But
my
he
family is, you
apologized for
gotta
that.
deal with me on my terms.
You know we talked about that. He'll apologize for that. You know what I'm saying? Because you notice when we went to have dinner with Kenzel, he wasn't like that.
No.
Howard's the older one.
It's just some residue still that y'all had to work
and
out.
I think, yeah, but we talked about it. You know what I mean? And he looking your show,
Yeah, my
that
show.
helped with a lot. Him and his fiance, that helped with a lot for them. It educated
That
them.
show
They
was
liked it that it's
crazy.
funny, but they were educated to the point where one night he asked me, he said, sis, anybody in our family ever touch you? I was like, what made you ask? Oh, Lord, you want me to Pierce's show. And I'm like, nah, bruh, And even if it did, I probably wouldn't even tell you. You probably killed somebody. He's like, oh, I'm just trying to see, you know, maybe that's why you this way. I was like, man, who told you that? Oh, I was listening to. No, it wasn't your show. It was Dr. Umar. It was somebody's show he watched that said most time when gay people are gay, it's because somebody in their family touched them. And he called me. I was like, man, I don't even fool with that dude. It was some talk show. I don't know. I was like, nah. He's like, oh, okay. All right. I still love you. How y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? But
I will say your brother is nice. He's not.
he's come around.
Yeah, he's come around, and it does take time. But my family is just, I don't know. I feel
Everybody
like
family not like
I
that.
know.
though.
I just feel like my family just want the kids to be gay so they can have a gay celebration and have
Yeah.
different kind of people in
Yeah,
the
because
family.
you got a gay little cousin now that just came out, right?
I have gay people. I have a gay cousin, the Mel,
The
that
female
was
that
married.
just came out.
Which one?
One of your little cousins, they was talking about last time they all was down here. She got a little girlfriend and all that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, everybody family not like that though, babe, you know, and you know, I think people who have it the hardest from what I've dealt with, and I've dealt with like it was one of my Latino male friends. I'm not putting nobody's name out there, but his dad took it really bad. And I think the reason was because his dad told him, I raised you to be a man. And
I
that's
don't
why
like
I'm
that.
like, okay, but would
could
you
be a
think this
man
lifestyle
and
is something that we you know, like that's where I try to tell people, like, some of us are born, a lot of us are born this way. You know what I'm
It
saying?
ain't a lot. Everybody, you don't get jumped into the community.
Yeah, you don't get jumped into
This ain't no gang.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why I feel like people are so misguided and uneducated about our community and our lifestyle. My thing is this: if I could give any type of advice to any family members who may be out there, is to listen.
Ooh, why did I scream? change.
What screen?
Our screen done changed. There you go.
Oh.
I done kicked it. But
My thing would be my advice to families is to, listen to your child, cousin, whoever it may be, whatever family might, listen to them and understand, hear the story. Don't come with I ain't raised you that way. We don't want to hear that. We know how you raised us. But how we feel, you can't teach us how to feel.
I got some different advice.
Listen first.
You know what?
There's a lot of people still living in the colleges that are my age. Scared
yes,
to come out of it.
Yes, it is.
Living in that world closed up and living and can't be free.
I agree, and I think
All because of family.
But I think at some point, like with me, even if your family don't accept you, I think at some point you have to take your life and take control of it. But then again, like that's from my family dynamic. We are taught to take control of our life. We are taught to grab life by, just grab the reins and live it no matter how crazy it is, no matter what it's going to turn out. It's ours. Live it. Have the experience.
But I think what it is for some people, and like they are scared of being shunned from their family.
For me,
I know for you, but we're different. Your family accepting.
even
I'm talking
if they
about.
wasn't.
I know, but that deals with a person. This is why I be trying to tell you, like, you got to understand everybody doesn't have that hardcoreness to say, hey, I'm going to live my life and that's it. If you have no support system and your support system up to that time of you living the life that you're showing to your family is your family. Just imagine.
I can't imagine it, and
Just
I have
imagine
heard a lot of coming out stories.
Yeah,
and
I know,
people.
but listen what I'm saying. You 40-some years old, and you and your mom are tight. But you know that, I need to tell my mom that I'm gay. Like, I like women. Why does she still think I'm going to have a child at this age? I don't know. But some people never reach that point because that's their support system.
Okay.
They probably taking care of their mom, and they've made feel I don't want to, you know what I mean?
So here's when I'll say this. For a person in that situation, take a page out of what my grandfather was trying to do with me without me realizing. If you know you in the world and you don't have that support system, I think I learned from my grandfather and his wisdom that I didn't realize at that time. The key to that is preparation. He prepared me to live this lifestyle, but I didn't realize it. So if you are a person in a situation where you have like a codependent relationship with your family and you need them financially and stuff, I understand the emotional aspects of it, but you can get into preparation mode to live your life. So I would say you take steps towards becoming financially independent, and then you take steps toward becoming emotionally dependent by putting yourself in situations where you create other outlets. So example for me, my grandfather prepped me how to be financially independent because he saw where I was going before I even saw it. So I was financially, but then I went out before I actually came out and I got to you. I put myself in a space where I could take care of myself emotionally. That's why I started getting out there making LGBT friends. That's why I started making other connections.
We got a lot of
I,
comments.
I will read them. That's why I started making other connections. So for LGBT people that aren't out, your family is not the beginning or the end. It just feels like that because you haven't thought to prepare yourself.
Right.
Preparation is the key.
I'm gonna tell you, like, all up until I was a little girl, till I was, 16 and a half, 17, carrying all that guilty, not being able to be free and just be who I wanted to be was a lot. You know what I'm saying? And at the time, the way I came out was in defense mode because you telling me something that I know I'm not. This is who I am.
Yeah, but
That was-
you ain't had no right preparation
I
before
don't.
you broke out.
That's what I'm trying to say. Not all the time are you gonna have that preparation, but if need be, I had my dad to go to, so
Well,
that
then
wasn't
you
nothing.
had something. But for
Yeah.
people that don't have anything, I'm telling you, take a page from my book. I was already taught to be financially stable because my grandfather knew.
But it's not always
Ooh.
about financial
I'm
stability.
so-
Some
okay,
people,
and emotionally, you have to figure out what you need emotionally, and that comes from having a relationship with yourself. When I felt ready to come out, that's when I hit Delaware and I started making friends.
right? But
I started doing different things. You don't have to
those
be
are great examples.
yeah, and then and the reason why you're saying that no one thinks of it is not that you didn't think of it, it's just that sometimes you don't think
No.
about it, but sometimes you need someone to tell you it. You need to hear that.
But now I understand. But what I was saying is, you got young people who got to live by their parents' rules because they ain't 18 yet.
okay, so
I'm
then
talking
that's
to
in
two-
preparation mode then.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, for those young people who have been living like that, you're still a minor. You still got to follow your mama rules.
Yeah.
So how do we prepare them? The only thing that the emotional support definitely, but they just can't go out here.
Of course they can't, but see, this is where you can start to plan financially. If I know that I'm LGBTQ and I am still in my parents' house, then I know I need to get on the right track. When I graduate, I'm going to put myself in a position like I'm going to get my education. I'm going to try to go and put myself in a school or
Gotcha.
get,
I got
you know.
what you said. I got what you said.
You got to think forward thinking.
Right. Is there any way to go up and see some of the other
I
comments?
already read it. It said Dutch said we all digest things differently, and Patrice agreed with her. But then Dutch says a guilty feeling. I don't agree with it, but I was once one of those people. Dutch said it's steps and rules to all the shit, but you're right. Create other outlets. She's like, right, P. You better preach. You better preach. That's what Patrice said. Dutch says self-care, self-love is the key. You talking real talk. I feel you. That's what Patrice said. But everything for me is preparation.
Right. And what's crazy is I think about all of the LGBTQ homeless people that are, I'm just talking about in this area. There's a lot. All because they came out to their family.
I don't
and
think it's
maybe-
all that.
It's a lot.
I'm saying not that is not a lot. I don't think it's all because they came out. Because let's be honest, right?
Well, some of it is because
Some is that, but then some is I want my LGBTQ status to be a crutch and the world should feel sorry for me instead of me saying, yes, I'm LGBTQ and I'm down, but at some point you got to stop beating yourself up.
Right. You can't let that be.
You can't beat it day one.
Right.
To me and
I
my
get what you're
mom,
saying.
when you do that, you let whoever decided that your lifestyle wasn't right, you allowing them to win. And for me, and again, it goes back to home training. I wasn't raised to be a loser. I was
Yeah, me
raised
either.
to be a winner. That was my grandfather.
WINNER.
He told me straight, I know you're not that kind of girl. So when he would talk to me, he would give me the principles of a home, the head of the household, a leader. This is
Right.
how you supposed to think.
Gotcha.
This is how you, if you're gonna, you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna be this, you're gonna be the best.
That's what my dad. You know what?
Be the best.
Woo, that's what my dad said to me. My
Yeah.
dad said, "Baby, I don't care." He said, "As long as you happy."
And you're the
He
best.
said, he said, if you want to be a trash collector, as long as you be the best damn trash collector out in the state of Delaware. That's what he told
Yeah,
me.
you be the best.
You know, it's just amazing, you know.
and you got to be able to finance whatever you want to be.
But I mean, after that, you know, all my family knew, everybody accepted me for me. It wasn't my cousins, my first cousins who I was around all the time. It's like my cousin Holly knew. It's like Knuckle knew. It's like they already knew. They just waiting for it to come out my mouth.
Yeah, well, again, with this topic, family acceptance, I feel like this. For all those that's watching and listening, you might share this live and someone may need to hear this. This is going to sound so harsh, but fuck them if they don't. Fuck them. Because they all had a choice at their life, and no matter how raggedy it is or how great it is, they're living it. But what you not going to do is stop me from having mine. And if I have to get support outside of you, then that's what I need to do. Because I'm going to live my life.
Great convo, Dutch. Got you. Says she got to clock in. Got you.
What she said, it would be nice to have some support.
When she got
But
married.
when there is no support, you support yourself. Just my thoughts. I got to clock in. Yes, Dutch, that's the truth. You have to support yourself.
That's right.
At some point, how long are you going to beat yourself up because your family hasn't evolved?
Yes.
And that's not even just for your orientation. That's just in general.
Yeah.
If your family wants to live a life of being down and out or in a depressive state and they don't want to evolve, it's time for you to move.
You can't let nobody hold back your elevation.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's how I think. That's how I do. I don't care if you a family member don't really care for me. You ain't made it clear. I mean, all my immediate family love me on both sides. You know what I mean? My mom's side of the family, my dad's side, they all know. And if I walk with my head high. And who I am, I'm not ashamed of it. You know what I mean? And I love me. It took me a while to get to say that I love me.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And who
Me,
I
don't even
am.
care. Sharice said, yep, I know people in their 40s and 50s that have not come out because of their family. Well,
Yeah.
for me, you said you know your family love you. I don't even try to figure that part out. It's either they are or they aren't.
I don't care if they
And
don't.
I'm gonna
if
be
they
rolling
don't
and
love
doing me.
They gotta.
And what's funny is my mother always commends me for being this pillar of strength. She's like, yo, I got a strong daughter. You gotta. I don't
Everybody.
know.
That's why I say everybody's not Pierce. And I try to. I say that a lot to you.
But you don't have to
Everybody-
be me to
nobody-
take my wisdom.
Right, but you can't get mad if people aren't strong enough to take in that wisdom.
They don't have to be
A
strong.
lot of people can hear it, but to act on it and do it, that's where the strength. They got to look for that strength within inside to reach out there and do
Sometimes
it.
It takes for someone to keep it real with you and tell you the hard truth before you can even see it. I realize in this community, a lot of pacifiers go around.
Oh yeah, a lot of that does.
We
go
get
around.
caught up in the sob story, the lifetime stories of the families that are doing this and this is happening, that we forget that we have to put the confidence back inside that person. We have to become that cheerleader and teach them how to cheerlead themselves instead of holding them and letting them, oh God, and let's cry together. No, let's get strong together.
There's nothing wrong with that, but
Let's breathe life into each other.
but to be on their side for a second, if a person is constantly, you know, in a situation where they can't be themselves and they're constantly talked down upon about how they are, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people take that information and they hold on to it. They absorb it. And when it's coming from the person that you hold up here, whether it's a family member or not, whoever it is that's raising you, and just you got some family members that you just look at you every day. Oh, you disgust me. Can't believe you
Exit
like.
stage
Hold on.
left.
Sometimes you can't exit stage left if you're still a minor. You can't do it.
And if you are a minor and you are LGBTQ and you're experiencing that within your school system, or I always encourage people to look within your school system and find a support group there, because a lot of these schools have LGBT groups, or see what's surrounding you. Also look to nonprofits. And like I said, preparation is key. You know that person is toxic. You have to just bide your time till you can get out of there, but have a plan for your personal life. So once you get old enough, it's time to activate it.
Yeah, I like that. I like what you said. Time to activate it. Chill. Y'all, family acceptance. Yeah, I mean, you've heard her story. You've heard my story. 40 or 50, bless their heart. Mr.
I don't know what that tiny corn dog. I don't know
That's
what
on
that's.
what's the name?
It might be. I think that's a troll.
Nah, that's on what's the name?
Yeah, it might be a troll. I can't see
Not
it.
a troll. It's on Twitch.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, to me, y'all see, we both got different perspectives. I just like that, and I hope you notice that because I know your background, I want you to know that I'm always a champion for our lifestyle. So even if you can't stand up for us, you know that I will.
I know. What you mean I can't stand up for us? When wouldn't I?
I'm just saying in general, if you find that, you can't do it because it's a family member, just know that I will.
Oh, shit. Look, they don't invite me to stuff now because I'm too, I voice I say it like it is. My mouth is a something sometimes. Don't disrespect me and mine and how I am, and we fine. I don't let nobody, I don't care if it's work, whatever, I don't let nobody disrespect. It just don't happen. I correct it right then and there. You know what I'm saying? Some things are very offensive that, straight people say and think that it's all right to say. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't okay to say, especially if I'm around. I'm going to let you know that's offensive, and therefore, and so on. You know what I'm saying? So not only family acceptance, maybe the next topic should be work acceptance.
I don't think,
You know what I mean?
no, I think our next.
Because you got some people, I'm going to say this, how you see me is how I am. I don't go and announce, hey, I'm gay or nothing. But you got some people who are not truly out. And you should be truly out at your job, wherever you work. I feel that way. You should be who you are. But you got some people who aren't.
Well,
I mean, I remember come the holiday gathering. All right, when's your Christmas party for your job? Oh, I was just going with the girls from work. Oh, really? Oh, I can't come? Oh, I get it. You know what I mean?
see, and that's not me.
Oh, I get it.
I'm rolling up there in all my splendor. I lead with being LGBTQ first.
But I understand, everybody's got to come out in their own way. And that's one thing I never did. with anybody I dated if their family didn't know. I didn't press the issue.
Well, see me,
I'm
then
not
I don't.
like that.
I don't want to be with them.
Yeah, everybody got their own situation.
Well, for me, I'm just saying. For me, I don't want to be with that person
yeah,
because if you're not comfortable enough for yourself, then you probably not comfortable and confident enough for our relationship, and I don't want that.
well, we ain't got that issue.
I know. I'm
But
just
you preparing
saying.
the next one? Is that
I'm
why you
just
putting it
saying
out
for
there?
me.
I'm
I'm not doing
the
that.
next motherfucker.
I'm just not doing that.
Relationships aren't easy. What you trying to do? Prepare the next person?
No, but I'm
Let
not
them know.
doing that.
Huh?
I'm not
You
doing
tryna-
it. Get out of here. I'm me. I'm not doing that. No PDA.
Why not?
But this
See?
we passed our time. We got to get off of here. Join us next Saturday.
Never
at 8
let
p.m.
anyone to disrespect your better half. You best believe it. I would never. Trust me.
Join us next week
She got to tell me to calm down all the time.
at 8 p.m.
She says I go overboard
So who's
all the
gonna
time.
pick our topic? Someone else picked our topic last week. What should we discuss next week? I said
What
we
you
should.
think, Patrice?
I say discussing. I think maybe either friendships or how to handle.
We talked about friendship.
No, we didn't.
Oh,
Or how to handle.
talk about roles.
Oh, okay. What roles like? But you're not a stud.
Nope, I'm a smack. You damn right.
So you mean bringing in oh my God, social roles, bringing in the gender roles into LGBTQ relationships?
You see how I told her give me a kiss a while ago, y'all, and she said no PDA.
No PDA on TV.
We don't have no PDA no other time.
Well, yes, we do. So I say let's talk about being LGBT and the friend dynamic when you're in a relationship.
What you mean, the friend dynamic? I am your friend.
I'm just saying having friends in general. Or we could talk about how do we handle stressful situations.
Yeah, let's talk about LGBTQ and the friends. Some friends need to learn how to act. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about it.
And some friends need to learn how to be friends. Real friends.
I don't just cause they your friend don't mean I gotta be their friend.
I think maybe that's the topic. Friends.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Next
I
week
think
we're going to
that's
talk
good.
about being in this relationship and having friends because I think friends have a space.
Yeah, there's no problem with having friends, but just cause you friends with them don't mean I gotta be friends with them, and I believe that.
And
Yeah.
and how you know what most important about the friend dynamic when you're LGBTQ? How do you actually know that these people are your friends? Because you know people look like your friends, but they truly don't really accept or support you. So I think that's a whole topic right there.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be a good topic. We definitely gonna get up into.
What the friend? That's a whole.
Yeah, especially them friends that be looking at your titties and everything else. How they friends?
Oh, what about the friends that don't want to show up to your LGBT events, but they only like you because you LGBTQ?
Yeah, I got some of them.
That's
They not ready for that step. They accept me for who I am, but they scared to step in the arena.
that mean they don't really accept you for
That's
who
not.
you are.
They accept me. Yeah.
That's
But
like
we gon-
I got
we
the
gonna
one
have a-
black friend thing.
We gonna have this conversation, y'all, next week.
Next week. Thank y'all for joining us.
Yes, relationships aren't easy.
Relationships aren't easy. So what are your final words for family acceptance?
My family words for family acceptance is, you know what I'm saying? I think it would be, before you come out to your family, make sure you have a plan.
Oh, you gonna steal my words?
Nah, I learned that from our conversation. Relationships aren't easy. I learned that, but I really think, on the family side, I think y'all need to listen. don't jump to conclusion. Hear them out. You know what I'm saying? Be an open ear. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just don't tell me I ain't raised you like that. We church folks. In the Bible it says. Okay, do you know who wrote the Bible?
No.
Oh, okay.
And
You know.
nobody, everybody say that, but nobody got.
Everybody always ready to
Nobody
throw the
got
Holy
God's
Bible
phone
in there,
number.
the King James Version, all the other versions. That has nothing to do with, learn about our culture. You know what I'm saying? And before they told you they were gay, they were still your son, your daughter, your cousin, your nephew, your auntie, whatever. But now because they came and told you that they're gay or that they're in the life, now you can't stand them. How you just turn your feelings off like that? I'll let you take it over, Queen.
Okay, and for me, like I said, take a page out of my grandfather's book. Preparation is key. If you are a parent that know that your child is going in that direction, start to instill independent things into them, like how to be financially sound, how to gear them up for jobs, do all of these things so they could be financially independent, and then teach them how to be emotionally sound, because you're not going to always be there. If you don't have that kind of a parent that's wise enough to be able to spot that, that's when I say to you, as the person that doesn't have that parent that wants to recognize it or doesn't see it, when you get towards a certain age, start gearing up towards independence for yourself. If you know you're going to graduate soon, bite down and deal with it. Get out. Have that plan already. If you're going to go to college, go to college. If trade schools, whatever you plan on doing, you take that path. And then for the emotional support, like I said, there's nonprofits out here. There's other organizations you could get involved in. Or you can simply try to just make friends within the LGBT community. And when I say friends, get positive friends. Don't get people that's going to get you into a scene where it's toxic, where they want to take the negative points of your life and try to get you on drugs or keep you in this depressive state. You don't want that. It's about elevation. So you want to get the great emotional support, supportive people around you that's doing positive things, and you want to put yourself in a great financial situation.
And if you could, man, we need for y'all, if you haven't done it already, go and subscribe to the YouTube channel Peach ENT right now. YouTube, go to YouTube, then put in Peach ENT. It'll come up. You'll see us. You'll see her, excuse me. And go ahead and subscribe. Like, share it with somebody. We need 4 more subscribers for something major to happen for her. Okay? Can I get y'all to do that? 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
All right. Well, with that being said, next week, join us Saturday at 8 p.m. This was just one of those nights that we came on because we have so much to do on
Are you
Saturday.
handling business while we're on
No,
we're
actually,
recording?
that's my mother.
Oh, okay.
But y'all have a good night. Thank you for joining us. I had a great time. I don't know about Smack. Did you have a great time?
Yeah, I did. Come on. You know I had a good time. It's always a good time when I'm with you. Some one-on-one time.
Oh, Lord.
Even if we are in front of a screen.
Y'all have a good night and share this live. Subscribe to Peach ENT on YouTube and share this information. Someone probably needs to hear it.
Sure.
We'll see y'all next week.